Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to England's inaugural Football Staying Home Cup. We are moving into the quarter-final stages tonight, and of course, if you can cast your mind back 2 weeks ago, we did kick off with 16 England stars, Lionesses, under-21 players, and England first-team players as well. Of course, you are joined once again by myself, Brandon Smith, and the man next to me, Richard Buckley. And Richard, what a performance, you should say, we had last time in the round of 16. I'm really looking forward to tonight's games.
This is where it starts to get serious, Brandon. Top 8 performers are here tonight. After today's play, we're going to find our final 4. Who's going to be in the semi-finals of Football Staying Home? Little bit of information on what this tournament is. It's us at England and the FA providing entertainment for you at home. So you don't have to leave your house. Follow the government guidelines. Stay home. Protect the NHS and save lives. Throughout this live stream, we're going to be giving you opportunities where you can donate to the National Emergencies Trust Coronavirus Appeal. If you're on a laptop, a tablet, a computer, whatever it may be, even on your phone, go to dowhatyoucan.net. You can donate any amount of money, and 100% of the donations will be going to the National Emergencies Trust Coronavirus Appeal.
And yeah, we were so overwhelmed as well with the support we had in the round of 16 games that we showed you, we said a few weeks ago on England's social channels, Twitter and YouTube. And as England have said as well, all ad revenue from both of those streams, of course, will be going to the National Emergencies Trust as well. But let's just cast our mind back to how those games went. And let's have a look as well at how the bracket is looking moving into tonight, Richard. We've got Max Aarons against Todd Cantwell to kick things off in our first quarter-final. Then we will be going over to Ryan Sessegnon up against Lucy Bronze. And then we'll go back over to that right side of the bracket for Tammy Abraham against James Maddison. And then last but not least, we've got an absolutely fantastic game, Richard, between Jadon, Sancho and Nketiah.
Let us know online, let us know in the chat right now. Who do you think will be in the top 4 after today's play? But without any further ado, Brandon, let's get right into our first game. The players are ready. We're ready. Let's get into the quarterfinals.
So here we go then. Into our quarterfinals now of Football Staying Home. The inaugural FIFA 20 Cup. You heard the wise words to kick things off as well. This is going to be an all Norwich matchup, Richard. Max Aarons up against Todd Cantwell. Two players that had very promising results last week.
They did indeed. Both of those two players picking up victories in the round of 16. We're now into the quarter-final stages. You heard the pleasantries at the beginning of the game. Good luck, all the best.
Well, you're doing some bookies. Maxi. You've made a big mistake, my friend.
He was able to take down Chelsea's Mason Mount. Of course, all players involved. England players as well. First team men's, Lionesses, under 21 level and below. But these two, both Norwich City players, both representing the Canaries in the Premier League as well. And I'm sure there's so much bragging rights on this one. Here's Todd Cantwell kicking from left to right, by the way, in that England white strip. And the other side of that, Max Aarons from right to left in that red England kit. Ball into the box. And there's your opening goal.
Hey, what have you done, man? This ain't even you. This isn't you playing.
You can see on my control. You can see on the video it's me, bro, when this gets played back.
What, you might have put a controller in your hand and pretend you're playing, though? If you beat me, it's not you.
Bro, I'm better than you. Relax.
You're funny, man.
We said there was going to be bragging rights on this, Richard. Two teammates.
See you next time.
For both club and country. Ball into the box, and the immediate reply made from Todd Cantwell was cleared away. Cleared away very well. Pressure coming straight back in, though. We saw how influential players like Sancho were last week, and Harry Kane, who's already got himself on the score sheet. Sancho now, ball back inside. Kane was there inside waiting for it for Todd Cantwell. Defended well by Max Aarons.
And that's the main talking point so far. Who's going to be able to defend better out of these two? They were both very sort of free-flowing and attacking in the final third, and that was the main positive to their gameplay. In this game, as we get further into the tournament though, It often is the case, Brandon, in FIFA. Defence wins trophies.
No way.
That's a great ball. Kane, chance to maybe fire, but from that angle.
Block.
What? How's that not a corner?
Whoa.
Not happy about the decision there from the referee or the linesman. Thought that was going to be a corner, and to be honest, I thought it was going to be a corner as well.
It's quite open in here.
Chance for Sancho.
Listening to these two going back and forth.
You're doing a madness. You just want to whip balls in, yeah?
Yeah, research started.
Said he's done his research. I mean, when you've got Harry Kane up
Listen,
top,
done my
there's
research.
always going to be problems.
Oh.
For a second,
Research, though.
I thought the nip
No,
was
done my
about to
research.
bulge right there from Harry Kane's downwards header.
Oh, Maddison, nice.
It's a very attacking team here. From right to left. You see how high the fullbacks are? That's Ben Chilwell.
No, you've got to win that. What is going on?
Especially after that 5-0 convincing performance
Yeah.
last week, Richard. He's going to be desperate
Big save.
to try and back that up again and to prove it wasn't fluke of any sorts against Mason Mount.
Maddison keep going in left back position.
Here comes Harry Kane now. This is Todd Cantwell. If they could get back to scoring form as he has already in football's staying home. There you go. There's the reply that he's been waiting for just before the 30th minute mark. Raheem Sterling will get himself on the score sheet.
Lovely dink as well. In the final third. He left Sterling unmarked.
You actually do feel better, but you're not at my level, and that's a fact.
Relax. We'll see.
You're not on my level, and that's a fact.
One thing they can both agree on is that the scoreline is level. It's 1-1 so far in this game. I've just joined. You are watching the quarter-final stages of England's football staying home FIFA 20 tournament. We had 16 players involved last week. Now we're down to our final 8. Here's Mason Mount on the edge of the box. A chance to fire. What a save!
Mason!
Fantastic reactions, Brandon, from Jordan Pickford. That's
What are you doing?
somehow managed to go past the post. Joe Gomez.
God.
An open goal was gaping.
Two chances going begging there for Todd Cantwell. Proven though that he's able to get forward, he's able to make chances happen.
Fred me like a book there. You playing Maddison left wing or something?
Nah, he's playing in like left centre mid.
Oh,
Playing
Trent.
diamond. Why is Maddison so far back?
Running back, I think he's been putting left back by accident. Chance for Jadon Sancho. Maddison's back again, and he's been superb so far in this game. Is he going to get rid of it? Everyone's round the ball still. Maguire, acrobatic
That's a madness.
clearance in the end.
Right there, what's just happened?
Just about cleared the danger for Max Aarons.
Yeah, Maddison looks like he's playing definitely in a more defensive position there. Header goalwards from Harry Kane.
How's that gone in?
Harry Kane, my captain.
I don't know how that's gone in.
Good header, bruv.
3 headers.
Question marks over the goals from Max Aarons, but to Todd Cantwell's response, good header. And that's certainly what it was. You said we've seen 3 headed goals so far in this game.
Oh, I can sense crumble coming. I can sense massive crumble coming. Like you've started well, you've got a goal, and now I can just feel it, Max. I know you can feel it too as well.
Shots. Kane, can he get round it? You say that Max Aarons is on the verge of a crumble, apparently, Richard Buckley.
Hopefully an apple.
What a chance.
Oi, that's disgusting.
Pickford
Have a look at yourself there, son.
had to clean up the danger. Sure, that'll be one the referee will pull back a little bit later. We've got just a few minutes left in this first half. Before we do go into the half-time interval, it is 2-1. What a turnaround this has been from Todd Cantwell. One of the highest goal scorers we've seen in the tournament. After being 1-0 down, to turn it around, it Has been the first half to remember. He might get one more chance in this first half. He looked to cross it into the box. Trent Alexander-Arnold just couldn't get his foot around it, and I think that should do us for the first 45 minutes.
We're going into half-time here. 2-1 after
You're talking too much.
3 headed goals, which is quite shocking, to be honest, Brandon.
There's the team that he's being used by Todd Cantwell. It's a team that's been able to get him so many goals. It's a 4-3-3, but a defensive 4-3-3. I believe Henderson just sitting in front of that back four.
Doing some more tactics there.
Yeah, I'm just. I don't know why Maddison's going so deep.
There's a small chance to listen into the conversations between both of these two. That's something we'll try and do throughout this tournament. Listening to those conversations, the banter, the jokes, or even just the celebrations. It's what it's all about. At the end of the day, a few seconds left. We will get played back underway for the second half.
Let's see who is going to be taking this game out on top. So we've got 45 minutes left to see our first semi-finalist here
As if you've got something to
on
do.
Football Staying Home.
Quarantine, bro.
I've got something to do.
Chance to get into the final four,
Get out of here, man.
to our semi-finals, which we cannot wait for either.
No.
Very confident at the back there, Todd
You're
Campbell
moving
from the
rash
word go.
today.
Played it all the way back to
You're not yourself.
I know. It's my first game though still.
It's going to be a chance to counter it now, though, for Max Aaron's. Well defended once again. Jordan Henderson, we alluded to it earlier, Richard, a 4-3-3, a defensive 4-3-3 that is being used by Todd Cantwell. And Jordan Henderson, a player that's been able to just sit in front of the back four, as he's just done there and proven his worth.
Yeah, he's been the sort of vocal point to that midfield. We'll soon see if that 4-3-3 is going to continue to be effective for him. A huge interception there by John
I know,
Stones.
Max. I don't know if it's just bro. Maybe England's your team, innit? But you actually feel different. Yeah, nah, for real. Because everyone knows that I played you the other day, yeah. And let's be real, yeah. It weren't really much of a game. But this is a close game.
There's
for real.
2 of them now.
I'm going to put some respect on your name. I don't know what you've changed. I don't know what you've done, if you've been on YouTube or something like that.
I love the talk. I absolutely love all the talk right now between these two.
It's just, look, it's so stretched. But how many players you got up front?
That is actually quite true.
Red
Look at all the
shirts.
red shirts.
So many red shirts going forward. That's Max Aaron's. Here we go. Here's Rashford. That's the ball that's got to go through. Maddison has to finish
How many
it.
players have you got up the pitch?
Bro, I'm playing attacking today. Maddison, he's done a madness for me. He's done a madness for me in the last game against Trent as well.
James Maddison
I don't know how
seems to
you
be
can, to be fair.
the magic man at the minute for Max
I
Aaron's.
don't know what's going on, man.
Respect me.
Need to go back to playing my football.
And whatever the half-time changes were, Richard, the custom changes, the custom tactical formation, small changes he made, it certainly has worked into his favour. I really don't know which way this game's going to go. He hasn't given Todd Cantwell a sniff so far in his second half.
I mean, with 30 minutes left to play, Brandon, you've got to think. This is Aaron's game. Look at all the red shirts flying forward. There's movement on. However, he cannot afford to do that. He cannot afford to have attacks and not get anything out of those attacks, whether it's a shot, whether it's a shot on target, because you leave yourself susceptible to the counter. Kane looking for the finesse. On the edge, Maddison with the shot. Clutch to his chest, Pickford.
Played forward and headed out of play by John Stones. But as we said, as always, if the game does result, it's a 0-0. We'll be going into golden goal period. Chance to the back post. What a turnaround again! The tables have turned, and Max Aaron's will now lead this game. Sterling down the other end after scoring for Todd Cantwell.
What a game we are watching right here. Between Aarons and Cantwell, two teammates who know each other so very well.
Long ball forward from Pickford. And Chilwell does well though.
No way, that's not a free kick.
Well, I've actually been practicing free kicks.
See, what's happened here? Aaron's made the attacking changes. Now you've got to change on back. You've got to pull men back behind the ball.
What can happen here from this free kick? It's Maddison from quite a distance. He'll take that direct shot. It will loop. And will loop over the bar.
Yeah, it was never really gonna be dangerous. Just a loop-in shot.
As we alluded to earlier, Richard, if there was a comeback for Todd Cantwell, golden goal would be on the cards. We saw it last week with Lucy Bronze against Ellie Roebuck, and what a game that was. Over 90 minutes in golden goal. We didn't know which way it was going to go. Certainly feel like there's going to be one or two more chances in this game. Here's Todd Cantwell's chance to go forward. Back to Maddison. Can he get around Trent Alexander-Arnold? It's Pickford at the back, who, another day, that could have went horribly wrong.
Ooh.
These are the moments in the last 10 minutes where you have to be ice cold in front of goal.
Here is Marcus Rashford. Chance for Todd Cantwell. Maddison's in the middle. Mousom will be on the score sheet as well.
How was that going? Oh, really good at that.
Do you know how close I was to wrapping that down across the box then with Rashford? I thought that was what I was going to do. Let me change something.
That will be the goal that will bring these two all square again for the third time in this game.
He got the ball out wide with Rashford and he took his time. That was the big thing. I alluded to it milliseconds earlier. Having cool under pressure, having a calm head. He took the ball and just played it into Maddison. First time finish past the goalkeeper.
I don't like how I've played this game.
What do you mean?
I've been rubbish. I think you've been good, don't get me wrong, but I've been rubbish as well. You feel good though, Max. I don't know what you've done wrong. I don't even mean that in a disrespectful way. The other day I actually started
Bro,
this game.
you're talking way too much.
You're alright, but you're not amazing. But you're alright.
We don't know which way it's going to go. Last 10 minutes now. Long ball across the box. Sterling's in there. And Ross Barkley's back to defend for his team. Could this be a smash and grab for someone? Sterling with an acrobatic effort there on the edge of the box.
He's in.
Ricocheted.
Oh, what a block.
If that gets through.
Chilwell had to get something on that.
Callum Wilson done so well. Just a twist and turn around past Ben Chilwell. Back to Maddison, who was able to get that third goal. Todd Cantwell back with Chilwell.
Oh, Chilwell.
Corner. Played in. Into the way by Gomez. Fantastic touch from Raheem Sterling. Look at the pace he's got as well. What's that
Trent's
back
tired.
post? Look at the red shirts. The red shirts. Joe Gomez is knackered as well.
Oh, he's overdone it.
Oh, you jammy man.
Straight back down the other end will go. Ross Barkley fresh off the bench. Gomez able to win that running race.
End to end, literally end to end FIFA right now. Both players just launching it forward. Trying to win something on a knockdown. Maddison spreading it out wide to Trent. Again, Chilwell intercepts and a chance for those red shirts to fly forward.
Chance, what a tackle.
Oh, Max, what a tackle.
Fantastic tackle there from Joe Gomez. Last chance this will be if he can try and break through. Kane into Sterling. Very tactical foul
Is that a joke?
from John Stones.
Nah.
Will he go into the book for that? Will it be a second yellow? Yeah, it will be. Off the pitch, he'll go straight red card from John Stones. Lucky there's seconds left to play. Referee, are we all done here? And it looks as if we're going to have golden goal.
So we have to do a rematch in it, and then it's golden goal.
Well then, Richard, 90 minutes played in this game. They simply cannot be separated, these two teammates at Norwich City, as we did talk about in the commentary. And we're going to have to go to golden goal now.
Yeah, it's going to be the dreaded golden goal. Better than a penalty shootout, more in your own hands, but golden goal will be needed to separate Todd Cantwell and Max Aarons.
And you feel good, to be fair, can't you?
Bro, you seem a bit doubtful. I'm still worried. Don't worry.
We saw 6 goals in 90 minutes, Richard, but the goals were evenly shared, weren't they?
They were indeed. It was a couple of early goals that sort of set us in the motion of that 6-goal thriller that we just saw right there. A late equaliser, and both of these two players absolutely loving the attacking crosses, the headers into the box.
As we said, it's simple as it is. Golden goal, you score. You're into the semi-final of England's football staying home. FIFA 20 Cup, ball into the box, and Jordan Pickford fancies playing it with his feet. One ball forward. I say Todd Cantwell is in that home England strip again, from left to right. Also on the other side.
It's cagey, Max.
I know, I can tell it's quite a bit nervous. Oh.
It's rushed from Jordan Henderson and nearly given straight back to Max Aarons. Todd Cantwell does do enough though just to recycle the ball. Chance to counter attack now for Aarons, who's going to drive forward. Marcus Rashford on this far hand side. He's got options in the box as well. Sterling is in there. Sancho.
Oh my goodness me, he's quick. I'm in trouble, Max.
Cantwell there just saying, I'm in trouble. Both of these two players know the implication of golden goal.
Keeps.
It looks as if we're going to be driving forward.
Oh.
No way through. Pickford it will come back to. Long ball forward once again. This could be a dangerous ball as well. Can Ben Chilwell latch onto us? Yes, he can. Ball into the box. It will go. It's gone through everyone.
What a ball.
Todd Cantwell. He now has the chance to break forward. Sterling full of pace. Fantastic drag back into Mason Mount. Marcus Rashford. Can he get the shot away? Twisted and turning. There's the shot. There's the goal.
Beans.
That is a fantastic piece of individual skill.
Oh my days, I can't believe this.
It's been a cagey one.
And a deserved winning goal.
That's a wrap.
That'll do it. That is a wrap.
It's been a pleasure, bro. I can't believe that, man.
So there we have it, Richard. Our first player into the Final Four of England's Football Staying Home Cup. And it will be Todd Cantwell, someone that a lot of people have been talking about coming into this tournament. He's been in a handful of charity FIFA tournaments, Richard, since the COVID-19 pandemic unfortunately did outbreak. But he's performed again. He's proved his worth, and Marcus Rashford sent him into the Final Four.
Yeah, we're just looking over my shoulder there, Brandon, because that's what everybody else needs to be doing in this tournament. A serious dark horse in Todd Cantwell for the Football's Staying Home trophy. I told you a little bit earlier on in the live stream how you can donate online through dowhatyoucan.net. You can also text FAN, F-A-N, to 70141 to donate £3 to the National Emergencies Trust Coronavirus Appeal. Text costs £3 plus one standard network messaging rate. UK mobiles only. The National Emergencies Trust will receive 100% of your donation. Do what you can.
Yeah, do what you can indeed. And as you said, Richard, stay home, save lives and protect the NHS. And we hope you are really enjoying what you've seen so far tonight. As I said, we've got 3 more quarterfinals to show you, so I may as well tee it up. The next quarter-final of the evening is going to see Ryan Sessegnon, of course a very impressive young English talent from Tottenham as well, up against the only lioness that remains in the tournament in Lucy Bronze. She snatched a golden goal win against Ellie Roebuck to get to this stage. And without any further ado, let's jump into our second quarter-final of the evening.
You play this all the time, I take it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're underway for our second quarter-final of the evening. Here at England's football staying home
Who did you play in
FIFA
the last
20
game?
Cup.
Reece Nelson.
What was the score?
1-3-1.
And it will be Ryan Sessegnon who had a 3-1 win last week in that North London derby up against Lucy Bronze, who I'd probably say somehow was able to snatch it in golden goal after, in the fairest and kindest of ways I can say it, Richard, Ellie Roebuck probably deserved someone out that game if it was played again.
As she comes forward here, Lucy Bronze looking to break the deadlock in the first 5 minutes. It was a nice bit of play in the end from Lucy Bronze, but
Do you play this like all the time? Like at camp and that?
Yeah, definitely.
Jeez, no. Don't take it easy on me, mind.
No, of course not. I'm playing my best.
As we mentioned, though, it's fantastic that we have got lionesses involved in this and up and rising stars.
Everyone said I'm going to get battered, apparently. Probably. That's right, I've accepted that, as long as it's not too bad, not bothered.
Lucy Bronze, though, doing very well here. Reclaiming possession, playing it out wide, looking for those
Are you
crosses
still playing it now? Even
into
though,
the
like,
box.
even
Trent
though
whips
lockdown?
it into Maddison. And Lucy Bronze.
Oh, you're gonna have to step me up now. I'm gonna block, put 11 men behind the ball now. Get it on pause, put all defenders on.
Breaks the deadlock with a beautiful volley from James Maddison inside the first 10 minutes.
Because then I've got to play again, and the next person will probably batter me as well.
Let's go, Hitch.
Who's in the other thing? Oh, great foul.
Sancho and Eddie.
Isn't he good?
Yeah, Sancho's good.
Eddie played one of the girls last year.
Comes Sterling now.
Did he?
Chance inside, it will go. There's the equaliser.
That's nice.
Straight down the other end. Ryan Sessegnon equalising this game up with Marcus Rashford inside, 3-4 minutes after Bronze took, you'd say, the surprise start.
Oh my
Oh no.
Saw it as well, Richard. Ryan Sessegnon not looking back on the replay, a straight skip of the menus and the replays to get straight back into this game. He means business. Fantastic start to this quarter-final, though. 2 goals early on.
Did you change all the team as well? I'm guessing, and all the tactics and that.
Of course, yeah. It's like,
Look, how many white shirts there's forward as well that we're just going to have to try and defend. Sterling into the box, it will go! What a ball that is into the
Here we
box.
go. That lasted long. How long was I in the lead for?
5 minutes?
Oh, that was lovely, that.
Will this be the way that this game goes, or will it be Lucy Bronze fighting her way
Boys, get
back into this football match? We'll soon find out. Look at all the space out wide there for Jadon Sancho. This could be 3. Sancho bearing down on goal, but a big recovery tackle.
Candy off a baby, that was. Oh, he passed it. Oh, no, he doesn't.
And the ball's gone out for a throw. Stones. Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Was you expecting me to be good or not? Truthfully.
I don't know, to be fair. I didn't know what to expect.
To be fair, I wasn't expecting me to be this good either. I might have spoken too soon.
Oh my god.
It's not the best attempted goal there from Raheem Sterling. A shot that was off target that any other day you would be backing on him to score.
there for him, and he's played it to him.
To be fair, I give it to you. Play good football.
Stones.
Out from the back. It's nice.
Oh, Matt, he's got himself into trouble there, like.
You can see he's having fun right now with the flare passes as well.
So well, they've got some quick players in this team, and they broke out of defence with such pace.
Harry Winks into Rashford. Ronaldo shot there to get round the corner.
Away!
Shots coming though from Harry Kane.
Clear the lines. Get everyone back, see?
And after such a positive start from Lucy Braun, she needs to just try and get back on the ball again to try and keep possession or even create a chance. It's not the best piece of defending, and they opened up a pocket of space. Another England teammate and club teammate for Ryan Sessegnon at Tottenham Hotspur. In Harry Winks that will find a third.
This game right now, Brandon, the next goal is everything. Yeah, I know it's so early into this matchup still, but if Sessegnon was to go and get a fourth goal, especially in the first half of this game, you've got to say he's over. Harry Winks, is he onside? That's the question. Doesn't matter because he bent it wide of the post.
Yeah.
It's one of those, isn't it? If it was Harry Kane in that position, that would have been a destined goal. Fortunately, it was Harry Winks on that occasion who, yes, he's a fantastic player, but if you compared him to his finishing statistics to the likes of Rashford or Kane, he certainly would be losing that.
We're watching the football staying home trophy here, Brandon. We're watching this tournament. We've not really spoke about our experiences with England. What's your favourite England football experience?
It's going to go wide. I'd probably say, I think just major tournaments in general. You know, we've all grown up, and still to this day, Richard, of watching World Cups and, you know, European competitions. And it's one of those, isn't it? You know, you get to watch the football with your family, your friends, basically just the whole world as well. You know, everyone for those few weeks really gets involved in that tournament that's happening, and it's just always special. And if England can go on a on a run as they did in the last World Cup, it can really be a magnificent tournament as we saw in Russia last time round.
Yeah, 2 years ago in Russia, honestly, just the atmosphere in England was, and like I've never really seen it before. Everyone who was getting on, there was a sense of sort of just a joyfulness to the entire nation that I've never really seen. Only around like Christmas time, but then people are stressed as well with the festive period. Like, it was 3 weeks of
Maddison.
Jubilee. That's the only way I can put it.
Working away at the opposition with these passes.
We're back underway in this game, Richard. Might not be a World Cup, but it's the Football Stay at Home Cup we've got, which has still brought many England fans together, football fans, FIFA fans, and of course we thank you guys for tuning in. We had lots of support last week on our round of 16 matches, and we're here to entertain you and hopefully bring a little bit of joy to you during this tough time. In this quarter-final, it could be 4-1, and it will be. Ryan Sessegnon running away with it. Marcus Rashford gets the match ball. That's 3 goals for him. We're only in the 51st minute.
To be fair, defending on this game is quite hard. Yeah, very hard.
It could be a case of how many for Ryan Sessegnon right now to put down a stamp on the rest of this tournament potentially as well, to say, look, I'm here and I'm coming for the football staying home trophy.
John Stones.
I think Lucy Braun's mindset right now is to stamp a little bit of authority back into this team. Wants to keep possession.
Consolidate right now. You're 4-1 down. I think she might be thinking, I don't want this to get embarrassing.
Rather sloppy there, Rashford.
We have seen promising signs from Lucy in the tournament. We saw that resilient game in the round of 16, as I did allude to earlier, which she was able to snatch it in golden goal. Jadon Sancho Nice save from Pickford to keep the scoreline down, only at 4-1.
Some of his work earlier in the game, but good stop this time.
Yeah, it was a decent stop.
Sancho on the defensive side there for Lucy Bronze. This is better. Chance now for Raheem Sterling to break away. He's got 4 white shirts around him. Has he got any space to break away? He does do very well.
Fantastic, right? Those strikers.
Trent all the way from right back. Made a huge run down this right-hand side. Back to Maddison. Will Kane be onside? Yes, he will. That's a fantastic ball back into Maddison. And for me,
Lucky.
maybe chose the wrong corner to hit that into.
Yeah, near post is the certain favourite corner this year in FIFA. If you can hit it to the near post, much higher success chance of going in. That just seems to be the sweet spot for a lot of shots on goal. Get more potentially of a panic as well towards goal there.
What we watched, because
That snapshot.
when you talked about the teams at the start, very similar players, very similar stats going into the game, but it's turned out to be one-sided.
Henderson this time wants to get involved, wants to get on the score sheet. It's a great ball to the back post and an even better finish from Harry Kane.
And so is his style of play. Kane scores.
Harry Kane,
We go again.
Captain
They can't wait
Kane.
to get the ball back from the kickoff and try and get another one.
Got a question for you,
5-1.
Richard. Who do you think
And the responsibility as well.
has scored the most goals in regards to an in-game player? Who's been the top goal scorer, do you think, so far in football staying home? Do you think it's Rashford or Kane?
Decisive from the referee, no doubt in his mind.
Rashford scored a few.
Was a yellow card.
Kane scored a couple. You know what? Maddison's up there.
Straight red.
To that offence.
Rashford.
I'm just thinking about match balls that, you know, players have been able to win in games. Here's Rashford, wants a fourth. Great save, Pickford. I'm just thinking match balls that have been collected from those matches we've seen already and round the 16. We know that Rashford is going to be able to take the match ball in this game. That's 3 more goals to his tally, so to speak.
Maddison's got
Harry Winks.
a hat-trick as well, I seem to remember.
He's blocked that well.
Kane surely's got at least double figures, you'd think.
Costly loss of possession maybe here.
Sancho.
Sterling.
Oh my god, Pickford.
Oh my
This
god.
could have been 6 or 7 if it wasn't for Pickford.
Henderson took the corner. Really put into the mix from the corner, but somehow evading everyone.
I think we could probably confirm that with
Who
the
did you
time
play?
left, there won't be enough time for Lucy Bronze, unfortunately, to find a comeback. 4 goals in 15 in-game FIFA minutes is near enough impossible.
Just skimmed the crossbar.
Tell you what, Jordan Henderson, about 30 yards out. That wasn't bad at all, that finesse. Just grazing the upright.
They pressed well, and now they might be
Another
in.
mistake out of the back
Here's a chance for England.
for Lucy Bronze. Jadon Sancho picks it up. Got enough red shirts back on that occasion. Would you say that Ryan Sessegnon probably the favourite from what we've seen so far, Brandon?
Sancho. Well, he wants to run at them with
I'd
the
say
ball.
he's up
Good
there.
to see.
I think we've seen so many strong performances. We've seen Todd Cantwell already today. We've still got so many more matches to come up that I'm looking forward to watching of who can come out on top. From what we've seen a convincing performance, I'd say, so to speak. The most convincing we've seen so far this evening.
Henderson. Getting the ball
What
back
is it?
and thinking
Fantastic
attack
ball.
straight away.
Into Rashford. Can he get this away? That's 4 goals for him.
Breakaway goal. Well, that was absolutely
Like he heard us, Richard. He wants to be the top goal scorer in this football staying home cup.
well, it's not easy to find the
I
spirit.
think Sessegnon wants that top goal scorer as well. That's an awful touch from Rashford. He's gone to shimmy around the goalkeeper and try and get back onto the ball after that heavy touch.
9 remaining minutes.
Valiant effort from Lucy Bronze. A fantastic goal as well to
Reading of
open the deadlock in this quarter-final tie. However,
Oh, Dick.
it was in vain in the end,
Oh, what happened?
as
Are
Sessegnon's
you
quality
filming?
has
Oh.
shown
Maybe I'm just not.
to be the difference between these two in the end.
in his move to intercept there.
And of course, commiserations to Lucy Bronze. It was a fantastic effort in the round of 16, as we mentioned. That golden goal win.
Where is he gonna pass it to?
Snatched it out of the death. A fantastic performance from the best Lionesses player on FIFA, we must say. Our rating is an 89 rated.
Got the ball.
Unfortunately,
At the opposition.
she will fall out in the quarter-finals. Ryan Sessegnon scored 6 goals in total, looking for a 7th. Rashford being able to grab 4 of them. That'll be collected by Pickford, just about.
Possession.
That's Hoof-Long out for a throw-in.
Well, it's a 90-minute match, and there's only 2 minutes to go.
Added time
Henderson.
to follow in just a second. Another 3 kick given away. I think Lucy's just saying, can we get this game over with, please? Dived in for a tackle. Rashford denied. Back to Gomez. Joe Gomez on the rebound. Jadon Sancho, you're surely going to finish it somehow.
I don't know how that's gone wide in the end there. I thought he were wanting to shoot. He was going to take it on his right, but he's tried running around the ball in the end.
Here's Harry Kane.
That
Promising forward play from
looks to be it in this quarter-final match.
Well, not too bad. It started off great and then it just went downhill. Got too cocky. Did he get?
This is a great start.
Did Rashford get
4 goals.
Rashford get a hat trick? I didn't even notice.
I scored 4.
4. Oh.
Well then, Richard, that was slightly more one-sided than we did expect going into that quarter-final. We knew that Lucy Bronze wasn't a bad FIFA 20 player. Of course, this time using the men's team. Last time when she did play in that round of 16, she did use the Lionesses, which are, of course, on FIFA 20. But credit where it's due. Ryan Sessegnon found the back of the net 6 times in that game, and it certainly didn't disappoint.
Let's not forget as well, Lucy Bronze took the lead in this game as well. Then Ryan Sessegnon just put the dagger through the heart of Lucy Bronze's team, hit her for 6, and a very comfortable performance in the end. We've also heard from our manager, Gareth Southgate. He wrote an open letter to the nation in the wake of the COVID-19 outbreak. He said, now is the time for us to take centre stage. We're providing all these England players together. We're wanting to come under one banner. Football's staying home. We want to empower the nation. Everybody watching this, if you can do something to help, you can donate, you can watch the stream. Just supporting this live stream, supporting England as a nation, and everybody has the power to make a change. Stay home, save lives, and protect the NHS. Follow the government guidelines.
Yeah, everything you said there, Richard, I completely echo that. And again, let us know in the comments on YouTube or on the Twitter Periscope who you want to win, I should say, and who you are expecting to win. As we know, we've already got 2 players into the Final Four, Todd Cantwell and Ryan Sessegnon. Of course, they're both on different sides of the bracket, so we don't have any semi-finals set in stone yet, I should say, or written down on paper. But we will have one in about 30 minutes time or so, because we're going to be jumping into our next quarterfinal now. I've got a slight feeling this is going to be quite a loud one between both of these two. It's going to be Tammy Abraham up against James Maddison in our 3rd quarterfinal of the evening. Let's get into the action.
You ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Well, we're underway.
Come on.
In our 3rd quarterfinal of the evening. As we mentioned already, whoever does win this game, Richard, will be booking up a semi-final tie up against Norwich City's Todd Cantwell, another player that has been superb in this tournament. Could there be an early goal in it?
Oh, Marcus, no! Marcus, no.
You look so sharp then.
Early start from Tammy Abraham, kicking from left to right.
Oh, that's
James Maddison from right to left. If you can hear, a couple of issues about the connection right now. Got to remember, we are currently playing live around the UK. Both these players in different locations.
Raheem!
Breaking the deadlock with Raheem Sterling. But as I was saying, we are going to have connection issues. There is going to be potentially some lag.
Oh, I've realised whoever actually scores first actually was me.
Oh, wow. What a heavy touch that was.
And we are trying our very best here to put on a good live production.
No!
You lucky little. Relax, Pickers.
That's a great ball. Lose coins.
Come on.
I think it's worthwhile, Richard, that we do recap their round of 16 results that they both had. Tammy Abraham, as we mentioned, 1-0 up in this game, kicking from left to right in that white England strip, and James Maddison of Leicester City in England kicking from right to left. James Maddison picked up a 3-2 victory up against England striker and Bournemouth forward Callum Wilson in the round of 16. On the other side of that, Tammy Abraham had to face up against fellow Chelsea teammate and England teammate in Callum Hudson-Odoi, and he beat him 5-2, Richard. Certainly more of the convincing performance out both of their round of 16 games. Haven't seen an attack yet for James Maddison. James Maddison, as you would expect, starting himself. That's his first 2 touches on the ball there.
That's a foul.
Referee says no foul either, and that's not really a chance created from the attacking midfielder.
Oh, wrong person.
Nearly a fantastic work there from Tammy Abraham. Lovely interlocking passes in the final third with Harry Kane. Beautiful drag back from Maddison.
Oh, Rashid, your touch is better than that. Playing Stonesy.
Since the England's football staying home tournament did kick off, who would be the top goal scorer? We've chatted about Harry Kane and Rashford, and Maddison's even been in that sort of kind of top 5 goal scorer list. Chance for a second.
Marcus! What's that? No, Marcus, you have to score for me.
Went for a finesse shot in the end. Had to be a power shot from Tammy. He's asking questions of Rashford, but all the blame.
Can't wait to bring Maddison and score against himself.
Probably going there on the shot type from Tammy Abraham rather than the player himself, Rashford.
He just offers you pace as well, doesn't he? He offers you just enough, I'd say, physicality going forward, which is important in FIFA. He's got good height as well, has Rashford. And to be honest, his pace is pretty deadly as well going forward. Whether you've used him on Ultimate Team or just kickoff for either Manchester United or England, he can be so good. He's going to get his first touch in the game. What a tackle that is from Harry Maguire at the back.
Yeah, Maddison there. Echoing your thoughts, Brandon, on this superb tackle at the back. Tammy loving these through balls at the minute. Cuts it back again.
Marcus,
Save
man,
picks.
please.
Save picks.
Right save from Jadon.
Great. Sterling versus Sterling. Oh.
Play Stonesy. Come on.
Said it before and I'll say it again. It's been far more counter-attacking.
Hey, is it me or all the players feel so slow?
Yeah, if you've been playing Ultimate Team as well, bro.
There is Maddison on the ball now, and again, it's not a good pass in that final third. It will fall back to Maddison. A lovely little drag back, which has been working out well for him. Maddison will pick it up. It's well on the edge of the box. You'd think, why not go for the shot himself? Tries to interchange, not once but twice, with a handful of players around him, I think.
Oh my gosh, I can't get on my half. I can't get on my half.
This could be a chance. Maddison is just behind him. Henderson's also involved in the attack. And once again, Harry Maguire, solid.
Heroic defending at the back. You thought had to be a goal when it was just queuing up on the edge of the box, Brandon. But again, Tammy staying strong
Good,
at
Maguire.
the back. Maybe a little bit wasteful on the first cross.
No! Good decision, Stanzi. Oh,
Both of these two very vocal. Talking to each other, trying to get in each other's head. That extra 5% that I always talk about.
No, Maddison's never had the pace there.
We're all laughing, yes?
He hasn't.
Sanch.
Get out.
Oh my gosh.
No.
And Chilwell being backed by both of these two. Obviously, teammate of Maddison as well.
That's a foul.
Clearly earned a place in the starting 11. Both had strong performances with him in the round of 16.
No.
Would you change your team coming into this next round in the quarterfinal? You've just won your game.
Absolutely not for me. I think you've got to stick with the same 11. Play the way that you can. I think it's, as I said before, it's not going to be the players on the pitch. It's going to be the decision making, the composure. They're the factors that are going to set the winners away from the losers in the quarterfinals and so on, semi-finals. And if you are victorious here in the football staying home cup.
That'll do, ref. Look at the time.
You can hear Madders calling for the half-time whistle there. Tammy Abraham might just have one more attack before the half-time whistle does go.
Oh, no.
In the end.
Slow it now. Yeah.
There's no space. Now, the defender is decent, to be fair.
in such a tightly contested game, but Tammy Abraham certainly deserves to be on top. He's had more of the chances.
Yeah, just going to give it a couple of seconds, see if these two have got any half-time thoughts for each other.
Alright.
But for the most part,
Half time, let's go.
both players pretty focused. 0 shots, 0 on target for
Imagine we
Maddison.
could do Ultimate Team versus Ultimate Team.
Someone has to change in this second half.
I haven't had a shot.
You haven't? I've only had one.
Something needs to change.
That's all you need to hear, Richard. Not a shot registered from James Maddison at the break, and it explains to our point of why we feel like Tammy Abraham has deserved to be in the lead and probably should be 2 or 3 goals up by this point. It just feels like, Richard, when Maddison is breaking away, there isn't really an outlet. Whether it's Rashford in front or Sterling, they're just trying to go as wide as possible, and there's nothing really in the centre.
Come on, boys!
Just not a lot in the final third so far for Maddison. It will be a tactical change.
Come on.
He started again. Maddison has started twice.
I didn't start the first one.
Well, like it. Yeah,
Harry Kane coming on, Jordan Henderson coming off, it looks like. For Maddison, tactical changes have been implemented. We're watching Tammy Abraham's point of view right now, his camera, so we're not going to see the changes that Maddison is making.
Well, I did call out for it. It just felt like there was nothing really in the centre for him going forward. Here is that player now, fresh off the bench. Harry Kane, can he get round his man? Joe Gomez up against him. Lovely drag back. Harry Kane, the super sub.
Oh my gosh!
He's done it again for me. Left foot again. Get in there. What a finish.
No way.
Come on.
What a finish it was from Harry Kane, Brandon. Lovely drag back and then slotted in on that left boot. He came off the bench at half-time asking to make an impact. And boy, has he in the opening 6 minutes of the second half.
Marcus, come on, I need you.
There was nothing going forward, it felt like, in this game. And Harry Kane already hasn't been on the pitch for that long. He's trying to make things happen. He's already got a goal to bring this game all square at 1-1. Remember, we said the winner will go into a semi-final up against Todd Cantwell.
No, it was meant for Hender. Winksy, sorry.
Certainly will be a tough
What is going on with the passes?
matchup. On the other side of the bracket, we know that Ryan Sessegnon is waiting patiently for his opponent in that semi-final. Oh, wow.
Oh, Rashi! You've got to score for me, Rashi.
What a chance. What a chance from Marcus Rashford.
No.
Missed a couple as Rashford in this game so far for both teams, both Tammy and Madders.
Love it. Chilly.
And there is his Leicester City teammate,
Still Maddison.
Ben Chilwell at the back there. Massive tackle, which James was very much fond upon.
I've read the room. Chilly, get there for me. Chilly, get there for me. Read
Harry Kane, can he get himself on the score sheet for Abraham?
What a block, Stonesy.
The nicknames are flying from James Maddison right now.
I think what's interesting for us as England fans as well, Richard, to hear what a lot
The
of
players
the,
call.
what the nicknames of a lot of players, as you'd expect, mostly surnames, but there's a few in there.
Raz for Sterling.
Chance!
Oh!
There's the goal!
Come on. What a finish.
James Maddison
Get in there, Rashi.
puts himself 2-1 up in this game and straight into that pause menu for Tammy Abraham.
Oh, panicking on the other end, Mr. Abraham.
Boys.
Get in there, Rashi.
Tammy Abraham looking to make tactical changes. Rashford with a dagger to the heart for Tammy.
Come on, boys. Come on.
Beautiful
Come on.
finish at the near post.
Look at that, deadly. One touch is all he needed.
Come on,
How this game has turned on its head once again. Maddison in the lead now, leading by 2-1. It's all to do for Tammy Abraham, and it's that attacking change that's made all the difference, Richard. Harry Kane coming onto the pitch at half-time, whichever other change he made as well, whether it was a custom tactic or a formation. Whatever it is working for him. And Rashford could be in here to make it 3. Can he finish? It's Marcus Rashford off the post.
I don't believe it. Why did he take the slowest touch ever?
What a chance for Marcus Rashford. It's been a topsy-turvy game for Rashford. And he could be in here for Tammy Abraham. Buried down on goal. Is that a foul?
No.
Yes, don't it?
Oh no.
Outstanding defending, son.
You heard it from Maddison right there. Completing my sentence.
It's one of those, isn't it? Penalty shout or not? I mean, the one that's players downs on the floor, you're going to be calling out for a penalty all day long. On the other side of that, you're always calling for a fantastic tackle from your defender, which at that time was John Stones.
Back Winksy. Winksy! Get rid of that. Win that H.
18 minutes left in this quarter-final now.
Oh, what is that?
At this moment in time, it will be James Maddison. And we'll be booking a place in the final 4 of football staying home. Lovely ball over the top. Can he chip the keeper? On the rebound.
Marcus, man.
From Maguire and Stones at the back for Maddison. 15 minutes left. Corner whipped into the near post. Is it going to be a winner? Oh, it's gone all the way through.
Where's my front zone, man?
Still not dealt with though, Richard. Ball inside. Kane. Back to Maguire. Back to Kane. Where's it going to end up?
Oh my gosh.
Get rid of it.
It's still not dealt with. Straight back at Maddison. Possession will come now of Abraham. Rashford. Harry Kane out wide now and wants to get himself back into the box. Sancho plays the one more and it will be a corner.
What are you boys doing?
Why are you my boy?
Very vocal. This quarter-final. Free header in the box. John Stones wins it. Still in possession of the England forward. Ross Barkley!
What's a goal? Come on, Ross! Vamos.
What a strike.
Come on, boys.
It's always going to take something magical to beat me. Always going to take something like that.
What a strike, Brandon Smith.
Who else would it be as well then? A teammate of his at the club. He does represent in the Premier League. An England teammate. What a strike on the edge of the box. I tell you what though, straight back down the other end to snatch it. Rashford! Rashford!
Yes!
Oh my god.
You simply cannot write off James Maddison.
The link up between Harry Kane and Marcus Rashford.
Oh my gosh. Damn.
What a finish. He does not miss from there. Now, it's about game management and seeing out.
And you can hear James Maddison there. Game management will be the plan of tactic for him.
No, Harry, what kind of touch was that?
Get that H.
He's been involved in all 3 goals, hasn't he, Harry Kane, since coming on at half-time. Maddison didn't have a shot at half-time.
Oh,
He's now leading 3 goals to 2.
That's a foul. Well done, Harry Kane. I need a little short player. Get on ultra defensive.
And all you can hear now is a very frustrated Tammy Abraham. As you could expect, he got himself back in the game with 9 minutes left on the clock, and it was a chance straight back down the other end that James Maddison needed. That's all he needed to throw himself back in front. 3 goals to 2.
I need everyone back, please.
Passage of play. This is from Tammy Abraham. It's Henderson on the overlap. He'll try and find Kane as well.
Harry Kane tracking back.
What a second half for James Maddison.
My ball.
What a half-time team talk it was, Richard. That was really the main talking point of this game. Added time of just 2 minutes is near enough play. It's going to be a long throw-in down the pitch from James Maddison that somehow Sterling's going to get onto the end of. Possession will change hands, but the 2 minutes of additional time has been played.
I've lost. Oh no.
Get in.
Oh no.
Oh, Tammy. Next round, vamos.
Congratulations
I give it to you,
Mr. James Maddison.
Played very well.
So there we go. We have one semi-final officially on paper now here at the England's Football Staying Home Cup, a FIFA 20 tournament including all of England's football stars, Lionesses, under-21 players, all England first team men's players as well. And that first semi-final, Richard, is going to be James Maddison, of course, up against Todd Cantwell. Should be a very exciting one, that one.
Yeah, indeed. And what a performance from James Maddison. An absolute comeback story. Wins the game 3-2. Well, we've got a little bit of a break here before we get into our final quarter-final of the evening, Brandon. I'll tell you a little bit more about the National Emergencies Trust. They work with over 50 community foundations across the UK. They raise money and distribute money to charities, providing support to those in need at a local level. It provides public with reassurances that the funds will not only be channeled through trusted and reputable sources, but they will also be distributed in a fair and effective manner. This is a fantastic charity to get behind. If you want to support the National Emergencies Trust Coronavirus Appeal, you can go to dowhatyoucan.net. You can donate any amount of money that you like, and that will directly go to the charity. You can also text FAN to 70141 to donate £3 to the National Emergencies Trust. Text costs £3 plus one standard network messaging rate, and 100% of your donation will be going to the National Emergencies Trust.
On top of that as well, Richard, all ad revenue as well from our YouTube stream and our Twitter Periscope stream. All of that revenue, of course, will be going to the final amount raised for this fantastic charity as well. Of course, we are raising money for a charity, but at the same time, we are trying to spread awareness of what's important right now. Stay home, save lives, protect the NHS. We are basically providing you with the entertainment so you guys don't have to go outside. You can stay inside, you can watch some fantastic FIFA 20 action. And I think, Richard, it's about time I teed up our last quarter-final that is coming up of tonight's show. As we said, we're only showing quarter-finals today, and of course, stay tuned on England's social channels to find out when the semi-finals and the finals will be, and who will be, we should say, our FIFA 20 football staying home cup winner. The first time it's ever happened, and if it goes well, and I think it really has gone down well, we can maybe do this again. But quarter-final 4 coming up now, Richard. It's going to be Nketiah of Arsenal up against Jadon Sancho. This should be a cracker. Let's jump straight into this match now. Well, here we go then, Richard. Our last quarter-final of today. We'll see Nketiah of Arsenal and England up against Jadon Sancho.
We're going to be having Eddie kicking from left to right in the whole England strip, and Jadon Sancho from right to left in the red strip. You can hear both players on the microphones right now. Our final quarter-final of the evening, Brandon.
We can hear someone calling for a pause. Early days. This cross does come in, and there is that pause cue. We're going to see some good sportsmanship. Ball out, played wide. Yes, we are between both of these two. But just to re-clarify, Richard, how they did get to the quarter-final stage, it was a really interesting and exciting game as well between Jadon Sancho and Marcus Rashford in our round of 16. Jadon Sancho was actually able to win that game 2-1. On the other side of that, Richard, it was an all-Arsenal tie, wasn't it? It was a Lioness in Jordan Nobbs up against the youngster in Eddie Nketiah, and Eddie Nketiah picked up a 4-0 win. The man has not conceded a goal yet in the Football Staying Home Cup. Let's just remember that.
I actually think Eddie Nketiah right now is using a custom formation. It looks like a false 9, but he's brought his two wingers further infield. So when you can press square and adjust position, to me it looks like he's been adjusting positions on his players.
A few changes have been made for Jadon Sancho, as he'll actually pick up the ball with himself in the centre of the park. I don't know if he's actually playing himself down the centre. I'm sure he'll be out on the right-hand side where he normally does play. Yeah, you can just see him moving back over to that right-hand side. And a very decent item in FIFA 20. A very decent player as part of this England team as well, as that ball comes all the way across. And it's cleared all the way as far as Rashford.
Looking forward to seeing who's going to sort of take the initiative in this game. You see Sancho in the middle of the pitch there for Nketiah. 86 rated Jadon Sancho with the recent upgrades. That's Kane on the edge.
How can he miss that? Oh my god.
What's that? Why?
Yo.
Gomez, too solid.
Too solid.
Oh.
He didn't mean that though, so we move.
That falls into the back of the net. We have the pleasure of seeing both players in action in this game, and also on top of that, hearing all of their reactions throughout this football staying home cup. We thank you to every single one of you that has tuned in, donated, supported where you can with the National Emergencies Trust.
Remember, we're putting on the entertainment, so you don't have to. Stay inside, follow the government guidelines of staying home and staying safe.
Tell you what, Richard, Jadon Sancho, a little elastico around the corner. Nearly.
Guy like that fast on school and doing a madness. Go on, open up your legs. He's not catching you.
Nketiah now, ball across the box, lovely touch, Jadon Sancho. Nearly conceding against Jadon Sancho.
I've absolutely loved the banter between all of the players in this tournament. Seeing the reactions, seeing the genuine emotion.
Go! Matters, I love it. The lightning start from the boys.
And it will be the Arsenal man that does open up his account in this quarter-final. That's 5 goals he scored in total in this football staying home competition, and the man is yet to concede a goal. We have to keep talking about it because that is the big storyline coming out of this game so far. Which, in all honesty, Richard, coming into today, it was only Todd Cantwell that did hold that record. Yes, he did concede to Max Aaron, so it was a completely different story. Still, something to be impressed by, though. As we know, FIFA's such a end-to-end game. You rarely will keep a clean sheet unless you are some sort of professional FIFA player or playing at a decent level.
I mean, we've seen some remarkable comebacks as well, Brandon. Let's not forget about that Tammy Abraham game in the quarterfinals. The comeback from James Maddison after being seemingly all but out at half-time, turning it around in dramatic fashion.
Let's go on.
So it does happen.
There's a third played in this game, Richard. It'll be a good opportunity to have a look at both of these teams and see how they are starting. So there's a ball all the way across to Sancho. Can he find it? It's actually Raheem Sterling, sorry.
You lot have got to actually... You've got to bust it up to get in there.
And Sterling, who's still actually down in the ground in the penalty box on that right-hand side. For you, Richard, what kind of formation are you looking towards with this England team? For me, I'm still very much a 4-2-3-1 man.
What's going on? Wait, hold on. What's going on?
The boys are nervous, bro.
What's going on? What's going on? Yo, what is going on? Please, I'm even nervous.
That's a goal. Harry Kane, please. Come on.
Nah. Hey, Ed, I can't lie. I don't know what's going on with my team. But something's not moving right.
It's the press, bro. We've been working with this all week in training.
So impressive, I should say. The talent as well that's coming through the ranks with England, which mirrors onto the virtual game of FIFA 20. Ball into the box. Kane was in there. Goes all the way across, and Jadon Sancho not really been able to do too much so far in this game.
It's been pretty much all Nketiah in this first 40 minutes. Again, Kane getting pickpocketed, and once again, those white shirts flooding forward.
Sancho, no way round. This could be the last chance of the half to try and break forward. He's going to get past, though. Is Marcus Rashford? What's out? There's players in the box as well. Rashford on his own, and Rashford
my God.
with the finish.
Defending was atrocious down.
Tell you what, that through ball, class from Sancho. A lovely dink through ball, the double tap triangle through ball. Playing it into the path of Rashford. Slowly cutting inside, always narrowing the angle towards that far post. And then just tucked it
Oh, come on, referee.
Into the left-hand corner. Beautiful finish from Sancho. After seemingly being dominated for, what, 40 minutes?
Certainly has been, Richard, but that's how FIFA goes sometimes. One attack, that's all you need. And there's the goal that he did need. Looking at the bracket as well. Heading into our semi-finals, of course, that will not be happening tonight. That'll be happening very soon. Of course, stay tuned on the England social channels to find out when those games will be played. But we've already got one semi-final in the books, Richard. It'll be Todd Cantwell, as we know, up against James Maddison on the rebound. And who is it, Richard? Who's got that goal?
Sacked his debut goal.
You can hear him.
Oh, shocking.
Ed, nervous. I've got him.
What a turnaround this game has honestly been. Eddie Nketiah trying to get forward and to get himself back into this game. Kane can't break through, though. One or two defenders was in the way of him.
Oh, man, Harry Kane.
And the best thing that we've been able to see, Richard, here at the Football Staying Home Cup is England players scoring with themselves in big knockout games.
So good to watch, isn't it? Players scoring and then seeing the emotion.
Sit and spin, man.
Not only to be supporting such a good cause, but also just to have some fun, to put a smile on people's faces in this tough time. That's so fortunate. Great save from Pickford.
And Rashford, the player that Jadon did knock out in the round of 16.
Oh my god.
That's why you're in the box, son.
Because Harry Maguire has just got on the score sheet, I believe, for the first time in this tournament.
Lovely corner whipped into that near post. Harry Maguire.
Composure, bro.
Glancing header.
Breathe. Don't let down.
Forehead on it. Flicking the neck muscles. You saw him bulging. And putting Sancho 3-1 up.
Maddison. Set up to play on the break now. Kane. Sterling. Room for the cross.
Chilwell, 1v1 defending is elite. There it is. Let's go, Sancho. Open up your legs. Open them.
Sancho going forward. Look at the red shirts in the box. Kane's there. There's an option at the back post as well. He goes for that back post option. Sterling.
Oh, Sterling!
Heads it down into the ground and up and over the bar it will go.
What a chance that was. We're going into the
when you're ready.
Formation change here. Into that 4-4-2 that I was talking about earlier. It's going to be Henderson and Maddison holding Rashford and Kane up top. Also into the player instructions. See if there's a change. But he's still all attacking on his centre mids and his wing backs.
You ready?
Even though he's 3-1 down.
Yeah, ready.
Let's go.
Into the box. He scored last time it was there and
Oh, Kane.
nearly. And again this time of Harry Kane. There is still plenty of time for Eddie Nketiah to try and bounce back into this game. Needs to score from a chance sometime soon. Kane, that's the chance.
Oh, come on.
Fantastic defending though, isn't it?
Straight back in the box though, Richard.
No, Rashford, man. Oh my god. You can't miss that.
How was that, man? He's just squirm wide of the left-hand post. Sancho was just getting bodies in the way. Rashford, the ball broke to him inside the box, but he flashed wide of that left-hand post. Pickford outstretched, was getting nowhere near it.
Make it hard for him.
Maddison now into Rashford. Remember, he still needs 2 goals, and that one talking point I've been speaking about all game long about Eddie Nketiah not conceding goals. He's conceded 3 this game, I should say.
Yeah. Let's go.
Just feels like, Richard, we've seen a completely different second half to the first half. The first half was all Eddie Nketiah, and probably thinks to himself now, why didn't I make the most of those chances that I was able to create?
Yeah, well, the first half has been a completely different story, I should say. Completely different tale from the second half. Kane there looking to break through, playing in Sancho. He's going to get away from Chilwell. Sancho has come out a different player in this second half.
Oh my God.
Ref. It's too nice.
Sancho just having a little moan at the ref there. Believes he's been penalised on that one. 15 minutes left in this quarter-final. And Jadon Sancho 15 minutes away, Richard, from setting up a semi-final date with Ryan Sessegnon.
Let's go!
Harry Kane. Oh, look at the strength of the man. Oh, that's a ridiculous save from Pickford, Brandon.
Unbelievable left hand. From England's first choice goalkeeper there. Unbelievable save from Jordan Pickford. That one, it certainly would be game over. Has to recover though and quickly drop back behind the ball. Just 9 minutes left in this game.
Joe.
We've seen turnarounds happen in FIFA in 10 minutes. 2 goals isn't a massive hurdle to overcome, especially with how open both of these two have been at the back and defensively. Nketiah, another chance to get that ball forward. Sancho just can't get onto it.
Gotta get there.
Let's go. That's it, man. It's game over, bro.
He says it's game over. Can he score from this chance? Sterling.
Oh my God,
the fake shot
Sterling.
inside and it was well read.
Marcus,
5 minutes left to play. Nketiah needs a miracle right now in this quarter-final, Brandon. Setting up a date with Ryan Sessegnon. Sancho, 5 minutes away from a top 4 finish.
It matters.
2 minutes left. May as well say. GG, congratulations for him. Wants a little bit of a skill run in the end from his own player on the virtual pitch, does Jadon Sancho. But he has been impressive. When he's had chances, Richard, he has finished them. And it was whatever he changed at half-time. Whatever changed happened at half-time for Jadon Sancho has won him this game. Added time of 2 minutes in front of us. And as we said, it looks like Jadon Sancho will be into the semi-finals.
I can breathe. I can breathe.
That quarter-final is done. Our last one of the evening.
Eddie, good game, bro. We move.
And there we have it, Richard. Our last quarter-final of the evening is done and dusted, and that means we have 4 players left in the tournament now. But we have to say, Richard, a convincing performance from Jadon Sancho. 3 goals to 1 victory.
Yeah, he looked pretty decent, didn't he, Jadon Sancho, with that performance. A little bit of flair, a little bit of skill moves involved, and Jadon Sancho, probably the fans' favourite in this Final 4. Let's see if he can back it up on the big stage.
Well, let me recap the bracket now of who are the 4 English players left in the tournament. Unfortunately, there isn't a lioness in the Final 4. We say goodbye to Lucy Bronze today. However, we have got some of England's brightest future stars and, of course, some familiar face you will know. But it's going to be Todd Cantwell up against James Maddison, Richard, for one of the semi-finals. And the other semi-final will see Ryan Sessegnon up against Jadon Sancho. Out of the 2, which one are you looking towards there, Richard?
Ooh, you know what? I've really enjoyed watching James Maddison in this tournament, and I'm looking forward to seeing him take on Todd Cantwell in that semi-final. It's going to be a pretty vocal game. Both of them 2 players like getting inside each other's head.
Yeah, they certainly do indeed, Richard. And, you know, one more time, if you haven't heard about what we're here for, of course, we're trying to raise some money for the National Emergencies Trust and spread the key messaging of stay home, save lives and protect the NHS, Richard. And if anyone wants to donate, how can they get involved?
You can text FAN to 70141 to donate £3 to the National Emergencies Trust Coronavirus Appeal. Texts do cost £3 plus 1 standard network messaging rate. UK mobiles only, I have to stress that fact. If you are an international viewer and you want to get involved and help support the National Emergencies Trust, you can go to the website dowhatyoucan.net and you'll be able to donate directly to the trust. Stay home, save lives, and protect the NHS.
And Richard, I think that wraps up things for tonight regarding the Football Staying Home Cup. The quarter-final matches are done. We have 4 players left in the tournament. Have you had fun tonight?
I have. We've seen some really, really good FIFA. I've been pleasantly surprised, by some of the action that we've seen. And I think the semi-finals are bound to be explosive.
They certainly will be indeed. As I said, stay tuned on England's social media channels to find out when the semi-finals and that final will be. But from myself, Brandon Smith, and the man next to me, Richard Buckley, that is all from us and everyone working with England on this amazing project. Of course, stay home, stay safe, and we'll see you for the finals of the Football Staying Home Cup. Good night.